was long gone. And these kids actually committed suicide over.
Guys, they be torturing themselves. They be going online and literally reading all of the.
That's crazy.
And that's like a classic case of Lizzo. Lizzo is always acting like she's Mrs. Body Positive, happy with her body, and it's okay to be a big girl, and no one is saying it's not. However, 2 days later, then she's somewhere crying and feeling like she's been shamed and body shamed and this, that, and the third, and then is acting like it's all bad being big. But 2 days ago, you were saying, I am who I am, and I love being a big black woman, and that's who I am, and I love my body, and then let somebody say something about, oh, Lizzo was stage diving into the crowd and she killed someone.
Yo, nah, that's crazy though. They spread it that room.
That was whack. That was crazy. But at the same time, instead of like using that in a humorous way and being like, you ninjas is playing it. Like she did. She was like, y'all put that on my name and all that. Like, yeah, but then like a week later you was crying.
Because you were mad now, because when they say that, like Lizzo stage dive, all I see is like Lizzo jumping off the stage, and then like she got that, and then it's like this guy like no, she's like blah, and he dies.
Silence overtakes the crowd. And I'm saying it was whack. It was. It's like, you always crying 2 days later talking about, oh, it's so hard. Everything is so hard. You ain't have to read them comments. You ain't have to read none of that. Like, you really go online and then torture yourself. Unlike Cardi B, who just be like, fuck all y'all, and be done with it. I like about what I'm saying? You talk about her, and she'd be like, fuck all of y'all, excuse my language, and then be like, and I'll say it again, F all of y'all. No, Lizzo want to be out here crying.
Facebook gonna take.
It's all bad. Again, why you gotta be online? You don't have to be online. Log off. Y'all are celebrities who have someone monitoring your shit for you. Turn the goddamn comments off. Sit your ass down somewhere. Like, why are you getting mad about a bunch of strangers? And I get it. Yeah, some shit can be hurtful. I saw today the comments that people were sending. Who did I tell you? The tennis player. What's her name? Sloane Stephens was talking. She lost her U.S. Open thing in the third round. And the comments they sent to her
that was crazy.
That was like it was horrible.
But I don't understand.
They were wishing for her to be raped, sodomized, attacked, brutally attacked. Like, they were wishing all kinds of death on this poor girl. And again, she went through 2,000 comments of this shit, and I was like, why? Why would you torture yourself?
Yeah, like, what are you
listening to a bunch of losers who will never be on your level because it's social media. And you do have better things to do, just like the average person has better things to do. But you're going to go online and talk about, I'm being bullied online. Why is your mother and father even letting you sit on a computer where people are like, you should kill yourself? Like, I wish my kids would come in here and be like, Mom, these kids is out here bullying me online. I'm going to be like Cardi B and be like, fuck all of y'all. All of y'all can get it, and what? Like, and you get your dumb ass off the computer and stop reading all that stupid. Like, what's wrong with y'all? And then how come y'all
all you gotta do is log off?
Because
it's a different world.
Why you don't toughen up your children no more? What's up with that?
It's a different world now. Nobody's toughening up their kids. They scared their kids might call the cops on them. They scared to get their kid a backbone. Like they scared of everything. They scared to tell their kid, nah, this ain't what you gonna do. Like, you just let them do it, and you support the wrong stuff instead of the right stuff. Like, we're going in the wrong direction.
It's like Raising Kanan is mad fake, but one of the realest things on there was when the moms was like, when he, in the very first episode, when he was about to get his ass beat, and she was like, you could either have this fight now with this kid, or when you get home, you could deal with me. And it's like, yo, He learned that, yes, 1, he has to defend himself. 2, your mother expects you to defend yourself. 3, you don't let nobody push you around and bully you, and they can get away with it so they could do it again. And 4, what? You're going to learn some courage and go out there and either, if you get your ass whipped, you get your ass whipped. If you don't, you know what? You live to fight another day. Like John Witherspoon told us in Friday and everything. But that's just it.
But you got to realize that was based in the 90s. That was based in the 90s, late 80s, late 80s and 90s. That's a whole subject. Like, you want to talk about the 90s and 80s and all that, which we always we kind of retro into a lot of time. Like, that's a whole different ball game. This the morals are crazy. This when guys went and snitch, they would look at the judge, curse the judge out, be like, screw you, give me 25. Now you guys dudes, they gonna get on the stand like, nah, they ain't going to jail, they ain't doing that. I got money with you, I don't care, I'm snitching. And people will applaud it. Like, hey, they'll find a reason and rationale. The reason why this person snitched, they was going to kill him. This is why he snitched. No, it's a culture. Snitching is a culture today. Nobody's a stand-up guy.
Yeah, because everything could just be shared on social media to be like, no,
he'll still have fans.
It's okay to be that way because
social media.
You wouldn't want to go to jail for 25 years. And it's true, you wouldn't.
Because social media, you can find a culture.
Everybody has a voice. Too.
Yeah, social media gonna find the snitch is gonna find the snitch culture.
Yeah.
Because these guys that supporting him will do the same exact thing. So you gotta realize there's hundreds, millions of people that let's use 6ix9ine for example. There's millions of people. That's why he's still trending and be relevant and be talking and people follow because these are the guys. These are fans because they in their mind they I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing. That's what they would do. So they that's fans. That's his fans. That's why 6ix9ine is still around. And snitching is cool. Come on. It ain't no morals.
Social media has given everyone a voice. And with that voice, you could just be as inauthentic, as fake as you want to be because of social media. So you don't have to be true to yourself or true to anybody. All you have to do
You're not walking the streets around people.
Yeah. All you have to do is put out a post and wait. And you either get a bunch of likes and get your validation, or like you said, you get you find the crowd that's going to agree with you. And then you get mad at people who don't agree with you. Yeah. And I've done it. I've been mad. I've gotten into Facebook debates where, people don't agree or whatever, or only come out to disagree. And that's when I'm like, yo, get out of here. You don't comment on nothing unless it's to disagree with something I'm saying. And yes, should I get worked up over that? No. It's stupid. It really is. I've gotten much better with that. But as we speak, I'm currently in Facebook jail now, and I don't even do nothing. And I was being my real self. I did nothing. I didn't call anybody out their name. I didn't go on one of my militant tirades. I merely responded to someone without a profile picture who was going on this long rant about how this idiocy that black people are only 12 and 13% of the population, yet we're all criminals essentially. And what makes no sense to me in that regard, and this ties into social media bullshit too, is that for years and years and years, for decades, since the 60s and 70s, all you hear from racists is that, all black people do is have babies and be on welfare. That's all they do is be on welfare and have all these babies. And yet all these black women are having these babies. And then the other thing is nobody knows their father. And then it's so for the last 40 years, we've been 12% of the population, but all we do is have babies and nobody knows their father. Which is it with y'all? This is what I'm saying. With social media, you get a whole bunch of confusion, lies, inauthentic nonsense.
I vote for you get a lot of lies.
You do, because nobody's authentic. And you get 50 different news outlets giving you 50 different stories about the same subject. So everybody just finds a way to chime in with whatever suits their narrative. And that's where we're at, because nobody has to be real or truthful or authentic or anything. Social media allows you to just live a lie.
What you got? It's time for some wacky news. What you got?
Well, guess what? A fourth stimulus check is coming out, but only for Arkansas, California, Colorado, Georgia, Florida, West Virginia, and possibly Mississippi, and that's it.
That's
so the rest of you ninjas, no go. No cash for you. But a fourth stimulus is coming for folks in them states.
My wacky news, I gotta give a shout out to Master P, because Master P wants to own the HBCU. He's out there trying to buy ACBCU. He's trying to have a historically black college university, and that's great, because Master P is always doing good things, and he's underrated and underappreciated. So that's my wacky news on that. What you got, son?
Oklahoma's emergency rooms are so backed up with people overdosing on ivermectin, the horse dewormer, that now gunshot victims can't even be in the emergency room. Like they're backed up to the point of people basically poisoning themselves with self-medicating via a horse dewormer for COVID problems, and now gunshot victims can't get any help. That's some wacky news right there. Like, y'all niggas is bugging in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and my thing is, we got, all right, Dyson Award goes to emergency medical device for treating stab wounds. Now, this device is amazing. So they got this new device, right? It's they want it to be like a defibrillator, like everywhere. And I don't know if you invest in stocks, but you need to find the name of this company. But this device, like, it sticks inside. It's like a tube. They stick inside of your stab wound, and then it inflates and it put pressure. You know how you have to put pressure on the wound, so it put pressure inside the wound and keeps you intact, and actually saves lives. This is like incredible news to me. Like, and this thing is everything. This thing is everything. The device has two parts: a medical grade silicone sleeve and a handheld actuator. The sleeve actually inserts into the stab wound, and the actuator pressurizes the sleeve based on the location of the stab wound. The actuator has a user interface to allow the operator to select the area of the body affected. This is a game changer. I'm definitely looking for stock in this, because they have these things all over. They talk about they put them on the buses, like everywhere, anywhere where things can happen, the trains. Like, this is going to be a game changer. I'm with that.
The other wacky news is, I just want to know what CIA op the Taliban really is, because now these fools is out here talking about they're not letting planes leave Afghanistan until they get more out of the Americans. First of all, these fools have a Twitter page. I don't understand how the Taliban has a whole Twitter.
Al Jazeera, baby, you better get in the renew.
How do they have a Twitter page? Who is on social media for the Taliban? Like, yo, put this tweet out. Son.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
why not?
Funny.
Taliban is about that life. They're about everybody's about social media.
Why is the Taliban making live phone calls to reporters' cell phones while they're actually reporting the news, and the reporter actually answers the phone? Then you have the Taliban dancing to Drake.
To Drake?
Yeah. Why is the
some
Taliban
of that stuff? Don't believe all
dancing
that stuff.
to a Jewish rapper because of some foolery that they found?
That right there,
now the Taliban is talking about these planes can't leave until we get more, because they were actually disappointed when they raided like all of the camps and stuff that the Americans were in, and they didn't leave behind enough weapons and stuff. So these
that's what civilians that don't know, like, y'all really, like, first of all, they don't even
reported on credible news sources.
They don't dance to Drake. It's no rap. Taliban don't even listen to music like that.
That's my point. That's why it's wacky news.
Yeah, that stuff is coming from somewhere else. It's propaganda, because those guys really don't. From being over there, I know Nobody's listening to no fucking Drake, no Taliban listening to Drake and all that over there and dancing.
That's why I say it's a CIA op and it's all fake and phony.
Of course, they're not giving you the real story of what's going on. They're gonna sensationalize it. If they just think, if it was a smooth withdrawal, would it be news?